Hello everybody, welcome to my first process video. I'm actually going to start with a sketch, and I think I'm loosely going to base it on this one. I do happen to have two vertical, one horizontal, so I think it'll work. And then where it shows journaling, I can't decide. I think I'm going to try to fit this card in, mat with this, or use it underneath. I'm not sure, so we'll play with that a little bit as we go. And I have a white background here, which I don't normally do. It's not that I dislike it, I just don't tend to do it a lot. But I'm going to try it here because I think there's enough white in these photos that it'll pull it all together. So we'll see how I do. So as I jump in here, I thought I should show you the front of the book. So I've had this set of books for a long time. I have volumes 1, 2, and 3. These are quite old. They're published a while ago, but I still refer to them when I need a sketch. So in case you're interested, this is what it looks like. I know you can get it on Amazon because that's where I got this one. All right, so again, we're working, I think, from this sketch. So I'm going to lay this out sort of in that manner. So I've got my white background here. So if I follow the sketch, I need to have a vertical one there, horizontal one here. Let's move those up a little bit. And another one right here. And then somewhere either underneath or matting one of these, I have this and this card. These will be the challenges. So if I stick to the picture, maybe this way. It would actually be more like this. I kind of like that. The red brings out this flower. Maybe something like that. First thing that I have to do though is I have to trim this one because it's not going to fit. And I eyeball a lot of stuff. I only measure when I really have to, so I didn't measure this at all. I just put it down, cut a bottom chunk off that I didn't think needed to be in there so much because this is all just filler down here. And then we'll place it again, see how it looks. I like it. I like that this is smaller because these are, generally 4x6. This is just a little bit shorter. This adds a nice contrast. Otherwise, I think it would be a little too symmetrical, too linear. So I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that and at least start it. So I'll put that down and at least get the placement set. Now, the other thing in this is that it shows some rickrack or, something around the middle there, and I'm not doing that. But I may try to find some washi for the edges. So let me dig into my stash here and see what I can find. All right, I did find some washi that I liked. I went with a little bit of the brown here and up at the top, and then I did adhere the red piece. Since I do want to have some brown elements in here, I'm going to take this card and I'm going to ink it. And I actually use the Cat's Eye ink, and I like this brown. It's kind of worn off here. I've used this a lot. It's called Chestnut Roan, and it's from Colorbox. I have like 8 of these in reserve in case I ever run out. But I like it because it's just sort of a feathery, very soft look to it. So we'll let that sit just for a minute. It dries fairly quickly, but we'll let that sit just for a minute. And then I'm also thinking that because of the brown elements that I want to bring in something else. And so I think I'm going to try to do a little cork piece. And if you've never worked with cork, you can buy it in sheets. This is the one that I use. This is, let's get into focus there. There we go. This is from EK Tools, and I found it on Amazon of all places. I'd been looking around, couldn't find exactly what I wanted. Everything seemed to be too thick. And so this was a perfect match for what I needed. I don't remember how much it was. I don't think it was more than $6. But it comes with 3 different types that you can use. You can kind of see that over here. So if you're interested in that, here's the packaging, and you can find that on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the sheet and I'm going to use my punch. So you can see there it's a 1 1/4, and I'm going to just punch out a circle. It's going to be really loud. I apologize. There, that wasn't actually too bad. So there's my little cork piece, and then my plan is to stamp on it. And I think I'm going to use this one because I love visiting botanical gardens whenever I travel somewhere. If the city has one, I'm going to find it. So I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use Stays On. That's probably the best one just because this is kind of a weird texture and weird surface. And I think this is from Felicity Jane. Doesn't say on here, but I think it is. Well, normally they print. Does it say it? Yes, it does. Look at that. Teeny tiny print. Felicity Jane. I was right. 2016 though. Last year, not this year. Alright. And this is actually 2 stamps. So you put that on and then you fit the hearts where you want them. That looks a little misshapen. Let's try that again. Yeah, that looks better, I think. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, at least not in my world. Perfection is boring sometimes. All right. So we're gonna stamp, make sure we get it all covered. Just do a little test run here just to make sure. I always test before I actually put it on something. Ooh, looks pretty good. All right. Off and running. So here's our little cork piece. Press it down really well to make sure it transfers. And let's see how it did. Perfect. I like it. All right. Clean off my stamp here. I know some people don't, but I'm kind of anal, so I'm cleaning it. All right. Cover this back up. Now the real question is, where are we going to put this thing? So, put our card back on there. I don't want to adhere that till I'm sure of this placement. I could just do it like that. I kind of like that. Brings it all together in the middle there. And then I could maybe find some flower die cuts or something and kind of do a little cluster here. That might be cool. Sorry, train, if you heard that. I'm going to see what else I can find there. But I like that for starters. So, give me just a minute. All right, I have pulled out my little container of all things flowers and butterflies. So whenever I have little pieces and bows that match that description, they all go in here. So I pulled out a couple right here. I don't remember where all these are from. I think that's a Felicity Jane. I used to subscribe to Citrus Twist, so it might be from there, but I think it's Felicity Jane. These I'm not really sure of, but then look at what I found in there. It's a little cork piece, ready-made, and it's not quite the same green, but it has green on it, so I'm going to see if I can get that to work in there somewhere. So my first piece I'm going to try is this one, and I think kind of like the way the white looks. Maybe I was thinking I would ink that one, but maybe I won't because this is already so brown. I don't want to overwhelm it. Let's see if we just maybe tuck it behind like that. I don't want to cut off that beautiful yellow flower, but I could go like that. I kind of like that. Let's leave it there for now. Then I found these other 2. So this is just a wood veneer. This is just a kind of a die cut out. And I was trying to figure out, could I pull in some more of that red, but not have it be too overwhelming. And then I have this white one. And I'm not sure about this one. It might be too much with that and a white background, but we'll see. So maybe if I tuck this under there, that looks too far apart. Maybe make those a little closer. Maybe something like that. And you know what? I just realized I can't have this down here. That's too much green, but maybe up here, overlapping, or maybe out here, just on the end of the washi. Ooh, I like that better. We're gonna leave that guy there for now. Yeah, I don't know that this is gonna work. Too much white, I think. Oh, I don't like that because it's gonna cover up that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna abandon that guy. He goes in the discard pile for now. But I kind of like the general look of that. So I think that I'm going to go with it and glue that down. All right. So I had it. How did I do it? Kind of. This was covering that, right? So about like that. All right, then we'll do this guy. So I need my glue dots. I think 2 will do it. Oh no! I ripped the cork a little bit. I probably should have used this. But too late now, we're gonna try it. I can always redo it if I have to. But see, sometimes it doesn't always go perfectly. Well, you can't really tell because there are natural little holes in there anyway. So I'm gonna go with it. So pretend you didn't see that. So about like that, I think. Yeah. All right. Now to get these in there. Now, do I want to ink this one? No, I don't think I do. I think I'll just leave it the way it is. All right. So we're going to tuck that under there. I like it that there's kind of this dead space down here on the sidewalk and then this ugly pole. I can kind of try to cover some of that up anyway. Now here I am going to use the glue, I think, just because this wood veneer can be a little tricky. All right. And then we'll tuck that under like so. I think that looks pretty good. Let that dry for a minute. This stuff, if you've never used it, it does dry pretty quickly. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. There you go. Hopefully you're seeing that pretty well. I love this stuff. I always use the fine tip or fine point, but it does come with a broad as well. Never tried it, so I can't speak to that one, but I love the fine tip on this one. All right, so the only other thing I'm thinking other than journaling is maybe a little bling. I like to have some kind of extra little sparkle on here. So let's see, maybe the yellow, just because all that's there is this. So we could pull that in a little like that, maybe. Just for something subtle. Let's see what the clear would look like. Well, shoot, I like both, but I think maybe the yellow. These little buggers are hard to pick up. Yeah, I think the yellow. We'll go with that. All right, so glued this down. I used the the actual glue this time, not the glue dots. Since it's cork, I didn't want that to rip. So all of this should be glued down dry. The little rhinestones are on. So all I have left really is to make my journaling lines. Now this layout is from a trip that I took with my best friend to the Botanical Garden in Des Moines, as you can see. So this is part of a larger album. So I don't need to do anything about really date and where we were because it's obvious this page is kind of in the middle of all that. But I do want some journaling lines, and I kind of just do it the cheater's way. I just take a piece of paper, scratch paper as you can see, and I just draw lines for how much journaling I think I want. So I will do that, and then that should be my last step. So I just kind of line it up as best I can again. I eyeball it and just do that. I don't make it perfect by any means, but again, if I can eyeball it and it looks pretty close, I'll probably be satisfied with that. Maybe 2 more. Well, let's go 1 more. I might have more to say there than I think I do. There, I like that. So that should be it. So I'll journal off camera. I don't like to do that on camera, but I will journal about our day. And then actually while I'm looking at this, I think it actually needs some ink around the edges to pull in that brown. So let's do that, and then I'll see how it looks. All right, let's see what we have. I like it. The inking does help. So we've got our ink on there. We've got technically a Project Life journaling card, some cork elements, one of them made by hand, and some fun little flowers. So I think that layout is done. Thanks for watching, guys.